Es ist schon eine ganze Weile her, dass wir mit Dr. Chris Gilchrist von Davenport Resources gesprochen haben. Die australische Gesellschaft entwickelt vielversprechende Kaliprojekte im Südharz und hat dort bereits 5 Milliarden Tonnen an Ressourcen nachgewiesen. Wir lassen uns heute ein Update geben. Welcome, Chris.
Welcome. Thank you, Born. Nice to speak to you again.
Chris, it's been a long time since our last interview, so I would like to get an update for our audience on the progress you made at your potash projects in Thuringia. Before we do so, though, please give us a short summary of what Davenport has achieved there so far, just as a reminder.
Certainly, Bjorn. Since our last interview, we have made very good progress to complete preliminary studies in 3 project areas under license to Davenport. We unfortunately cannot publish the results of these studies under the Australian Stock Exchange rules because we only have inferred and historic resources.
Okay.
However, I can tell you the results are very encouraging and they will enable us to go to the next step, which is to conduct bankable feasibility studies for those projects.
Okay. Now, well, that will be a very important milestone. Before, though, as I understand it, these studies are to be used as the basis for talks with potential project partners. Can you please tell us how far along you are in that respect? Have you been able to make progress in your search for suitable partners?
Bjorn, you're correct. We intend to find project partners for some or all of our license areas. We've signed secrecy agreements with 2 potential partners already, both of whom are well-known German companies. And we are in discussions with another German company regarding a 3rd agreement. We've already shared the results of our studies with the 2 German companies with whom we have secrecy agreements. And so far, the meetings have been very fruitful and very encouraging.
Okay, very interesting. So you're talking about German partners, potential German partners, and that brings me to my next question, because Davenport has been able recently to raise about $1 million Australian dollars in cash to progress its projects. And among those investors was a Germany-based firm too. Can you tell us about that, please?
That's correct, Born. We already had an existing German shareholder called Delphi, based in Heidelberg, who previously owned about 4% of Davenport. They have been encouraged by recent progress, and they've increased their stake to approximately 10%. Accordingly, we have invited one of their directors, Mr. Hans-Jörg Plachermaus, to become a director of Davenport. He is now our 2nd German-speaking director. Our licenses are currently held by our wholly owned subsidiary East Exploration based in Munich. But today I signed papers to change the name of the company to Südharz Kali so that we can be recognized as a truly German company.
Okay, very good. So what are the next steps? What can shareholders expect from Davenport for the remainder of this year and early next year?
Beyond, shareholders can expect us to announce partnerships with well-known and respected German companies by the end of the year or at the latest early next year. We will then work with those partners to construct detailed implementation plans to take our projects forward. Europe is a net importer of potash, and we will be very well situated to supply this deficit in coming years with those project partners.
Okay. Do those plans involve any drilling? And if so, what kind of drilling would that be? As you know, Germans are very ecologically concerned. Is there going to be a discernible ecological footprint?
Bjorn, we fully understand the ecological issues which German people are correctly concerned about. When we designed our preliminary studies, we stipulated the projects would have 0 impact on the environment. This means there will be no solid or liquid waste from these mines, no salt mountains, no salt water pumped into rivers. We will not do this. All of our waste will go back into the mine from where they came, and they will be made harmless. This is our philosophy. We have read reports in the German press that we are about to conduct drilling and this involves the fracking process, which oil and gas companies are using to release hydrocarbons from shales.
Yes.
I would just like to repeat that we are not planning any drilling at this time. We already have the results from about 300 previous historic drill holes, and that the process of fracking does not play a part in potash mining, and any reports about fracking are completely untrue.
So, in your personal opinion, why might now be a good time to have a closer look at Davenport resources?
Thank you, Bjorn. I think it's an excellent time for investors to consider Davenport. We are currently undervalued, but we do not expect this situation to continue once we announce agreements with well-known German companies and advance our projects further. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for taking the time, and let's see how it all progresses. Thank you very much.
Vielen Dank.